The world of finance is constantly evolving, influenced by a multitude of factors that shape its trajectory. In this dynamic environment, understanding the insights of experienced investors and industry experts is crucial to navigating the complexities and anticipating future trends. Mark Yusko, a renowned financial expert, delves deep into the ever-revolving world of finance, shedding light on the factors that currently drive market movements and offering invaluable insights into the challenges and opportunities that await investors. With a keen focus on the surging popularity of Bitcoin, Yusko shares his bullish stance on the cryptocurrency, highlighting the underlying factors contributing to its meteoric rise. Hello and welcome to another video of Finance Sense, where we cover all the latest trends in the financial markets and the economy. Join us in exploring the insights given by renowned investor and financial expert Mark Yusko into the ever-changing financial landscape. But before we start, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment below if you enjoyed watching this video, and turn on the notification bell to keep posted. Without further ado, let's start. At this moment, one Bitcoin is worth $26,849.14, an increase of just 0.3% over the last 24 hours, but still a decrease of 7% over the past week. Concerns that the United States government may sell its Bitcoin have caused a decline in price action. However, during the previous month, Bitcoin had a difficult time moving above the $30,500 barrier. Despite this, investor Mark Yusko believes that Bitcoin appears to be in an excellent position when seen from a broader perspective. Yusko discussed the state of the Bitcoin market and his predictions for the upcoming economic downturn in an interview with Blockworks Macro. In fact, Yusko thinks that we are already in a recession and that those in power just haven't noticed it yet because their signs are slow. Yusko has predicted that the Bitcoin summer would arrive, and even if it does not appear just yet, he continues to think that we are going toward a bull market despite the widespread pessimism that is prevalent in other markets. Mark Yusko is an American investor, financial expert, and the founder and CEO of Morgan Creek Capital Management. With over 3 decades of experience in the investment industry, Yusko has established himself as a prominent figure in the field. He is widely recognized for his expertise in alternative investments, including cryptocurrencies, and has been actively involved in advocating for their inclusion in investment portfolios. Yusko is also a frequent speaker at industry conferences and events where he shares his expertise and engages with audiences on topics such as asset allocation, risk management, and the future of finance. His insights and opinions are highly regarded within the financial community, making him a trusted source of information for investors seeking valuable market analysis and guidance. And in his recent interview with Blockworks Macro, Mark Yusko reflected on the current state of the financial landscape, delving into the factors that influence the recent movements in the market. He acknowledged that some individuals had expressed concerns about the safety of traditional banks, leading them to seek alternative options such as becoming their own bank and investing in Bitcoin or BTC. Yusko attributed a significant portion of the market's recent surge to short covering activities, particularly highlighting the Binance short liquidation in the early months of the year and the news surrounding the supposed liquidation of Mt. Gox, which ultimately did not occur. However, amidst these speculative activities, Yusko emphasized the presence of genuine demand for Bitcoin, exemplified by notable investors like MicroStrategy and Uncle Sam engaging in purchasing activities. Yusko proceeded to discuss the focus of his upcoming presentation centered on the banking crisis of 23. Drawing from historical context, he revealed that this year unexpectedly witnessed 3 of the largest bank failures in history, a revelation that caught many off guard. He explained that even accounting for inflation adjustments, the scale of these failures surpassed that of the 2008 financial crisis, where the collapse of Washington Mutual was followed by numerous smaller bank failures in subsequent years. This realization led Yusko to suggest the possibility of another wave of failures underway, exemplified by institutions like PacWest and Western Alliance. Surprisingly, despite the potential negative implications for the market, Bitcoin demonstrated resilience and substantial growth, instead of experiencing a crash, indicating noteworthy information within its performance. In addition, Yusko shared his perspective on the broader implications of the financial landscape. He expressed his belief that the ongoing events and instabilities were part of a deliberate scheme to instill fear within the banking system, ultimately paving the way for the widespread acceptance of central bank digital currencies or CBDCs. Yusko highlighted the distracting nature of mainstream media, which he regarded as an entertainment-driven platform that diverted people's attention from the prevailing realities of their everyday lives. In his view, this strategic manipulation perpetuated a system that funneled wealth to the elites of society, symbolized metaphorically by the all-seeing eye pyramid. Surprisingly, considering the circumstances, Yusko found it curious that there were relatively few indications of widespread social unrest or public outrage in response to these developments. Yusko contemplated the notion of a looming reckoning, dismissing the belief that it would not occur. He argued that the absence of incidents in a certain chart, where one entity experiences a decline without affecting others, was merely a myth. Yusko believed that in the world of finance, the direction taken by influential figures or entities influences the broader market. Drawing an analogy, he explained that just as the body follows the movement of the head, market trends and behaviors cascade from influential actors. Yusko further explained that the longer the period of euphoria and market growth, the more irrational and risk-seeking people become. They become willing to take on greater financial leverage and cross-collateralize their assets. However, this extended period of expansion eventually unravels, leading to a swift and dramatic market decline. Yusko likened this phenomenon to an escalator riding upwards and an elevator plummeting downward, illustrating the contrasting speeds at which the markets ascend and descend. Contrary to popular belief, Yusko emphasized that such market corrections or reckonings were not inherently negative. He referred to them as cleansing processes necessary for the elimination of weak and unsustainable companies. He cited past examples, such as the bursting of the tech bubble in 2001 and 2002, where companies like WorldCom and Puma Technologies collapsed, making room for the emergence of stronger entities like Chewy.com and Amazon. These cleansing episodes allowed for the re-evaluation of investment strategies and the recognition of sustainable business models. While acknowledging the reality of these market cycles, Yusko expressed concerns about the increasing financialization and gamification of markets over the past decade. He believed that these factors would contribute to making the final reckoning more severe and impactful. Hi, we hope that you've enjoyed watching this video and learned something valuable. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to keep posted with our videos. This is Finance Sense, helping you stay current on all the most recent changes in the financial markets and economy. Stay safe and look out for the next video.